There's a client I'm actually working with now in my mentoring, and his pacifier is weed. And he's someone who's like, hey, you know what? I tried many times and I just can't stop smoking weed. It just gets me through the day. I've done some challenges before where, some friends kind of held me accountable, but I just found my way back. I just always go back to it. Now, one thing to understand with self-sabotage or these pacifiers is that in life, you will always pick what you think is the best option for you. Let this land. At any point in time, especially if you're someone, by the way, who has guilt and regret over the past, understand that that younger you picked what they thought was the best option. You always do. Why would you pick what you don't think is the best option? You always pick the best option. Now, some of those options that are the best at the time are still destructive. You might be saying, well, no, there's, if I look back, there's times where I smoked weed. There's times where I smoked the cigarette. I knew it wasn't the best option, but I did it. Okay, maybe it's not ideal, but that younger version of you still thought it was the best option. And this is where it gets nuanced. Meaning, you will pick something that hurts you if it avoids a greater hurt. If I asked all of you right now, do you want to cut your hand off or your arm off? Hand or arm? Those are your choices. Which one? Hand. So in that scenario, cutting your hand off is actually a great option because you avoid the arm. No? That's self-sabotage. Oh, I'm not giving myself success. I keep sabotaging. Well, that means that that's actually a good option. Success is scarier. So with him, he knew weed wasn't good. He still kept doing it. So he's like cutting off the hand. Step one is, well, what's the arm? Identify the arm. What is the greater pain you are avoiding by picking this smaller pain? And a lot of the times, this is where it gets interesting, it all comes down to feeling. The refusal to feel something. And this is where you can hopefully realize just how much feeling runs us. Even think of your greatest fears. You know what you're truly afraid of? A feeling. The things that hold you back, a feeling. Hey, scream as loud as you can. People are like, it's not hard to scream. It's you're afraid of the feeling. What if people laugh? What if I get rejected and then I feel that? It all comes down to a feeling. For any of you who might also have that same pattern, whether it's weed, alcohol, cigarettes, binge eating, you name it, it's usually, something's coming up. I don't want to feel this. Quickly, let's drink. Oh, let's eat. Let's distract. Avoiding a feeling. Now, what I had him do is, one, inject some accountability and support. So I do weekly Zoom calls, and I had him, it's a small group, on the Zoom call, take his weed while the camera is on and film himself dumping it in the toilet and flushing it.
Yeah, let's do it now. Let's flush it down the toilet.
No.
Yeah. Why not?
I don't have any pens. Yeah.
Yeah, just if you have your phone, my phone. Got a couple more minutes. Just take your phone. You can. Oh yeah, there you go, phone. So just take it to the toilet, put the weed in, and just flush
I won't have my set lip.
That's okay. Yeah, you can unplug it or just change the audio on the phone and flush it down. And then I don't know if you still hear me, but it might still be scary, and that's okay. Now you made it harder. Basically, the only part of you that hates what you're doing right now is the part that's still addicted. Yep. So open it, flush it down. And for anyone else on this who this might trigger a bit, if it's triggering you, it means that a part of you is also hanging on. And you got to ask yourself, what's my version of this? Or even use this as motivation to do it yourself. Because people think there's some glorious day where it'll happen. It won't. It's just one day you decide, and that's it. Hell yeah, look at that. And it flushed.
Now, the part of you that might get triggered, the part of him that got triggered, is the part of him that's hanging on to that pacifier. But that's not necessarily your friend. In ways it is, in ways it isn't. So he actually did it. And the first thing I told him is, one, great job. Two, now that we're going to be on these calls, I'm going to be checking in with you, you have a choice. We're either going to jump back onto it, and on the next call you're like, sorry everybody, I'm back on the weed. Or not. And I gave him a word of warning, meaning take away the pacifier, you are not going to feel better, at least in the short term. You're going to feel worse. Hey, if you're getting high all the time, you take that away, you're going to feel extremely bored. All the things that you've been numbing are going to start coming up, and it's not going to be comfortable. And that is usually where the urge to jump back on the pacifier comes in. Hey, go to a kid who's hooked on the pacifier and immediately take it away and say, okay, go a week without it. Ugh, buckle up, because that's not going to be a fun week. So be realistic there. Say, okay, it's not going to be fun. But I gave him the same mindset. Take on the mad scientist mindset. Observe yourself this week. See what it's like. Aren't you curious, if you've been high so much, about who the sober you really is? Isn't that interesting? Even though it might not be fun, aren't you curious what it's like, how you feel, how you sleep, how you think? And he actually did it. Every day he would just audit his day and just make a note and document. Now, was the first week fun? Great? Peachy? No. It was very flat, boring, and even sad. Kind of depressing. That was his report back. So he did 1 week. We chatted. He's like, yeah, it wasn't all that. But he stayed off of it. And I said, that's great. And the big takeaway here is to realize that when things don't feel too good, this is a lot of conditioning in the self-help world, we think we're going backwards. But for him, he's actually moving forward. Meaning, say you're hooked on weed, you hit a ceiling. Take away the weed, you're going to go back some, but it allows you to shoot up further. It's like taking away steroids from people who use it at the gym. Take away the steroids. Are they as strong as before? No. But now they discover, like, this is actually me. The rest was the steroids. Same with him. Oh, my days were so much fun before. That was the weed. It wasn't you. This is actually you. I don't feel as good. I'm a little bit sad, or I'm more depressed. Well, yeah, that's actually you. It was just masked by the weed, masked by the pacifier. And I said, well, stick at it. You're the person now who steroids are gone. You're going to the gym. You can't lift the heavy weights. You're lifting the light weights. And you're like, oh, this sucks. I'm going backwards. I'm back to the light weights. No, now you're actually working on you, the real you. You're building your real muscles versus using steroids to amplify it. The same here. If you're not happy and jolly and joyful without whatever substance it is, you got to take that away. Take it away. That's who you really are.
Now, before things start getting intense here, if you're looking to go through a similar process yourself and receive direct feedback from me personally, no matter where you find yourself in the world, then click the link below this video right now and apply for online coaching. This is my signature program, so click the link and I'll see you in there.
So he stayed with it. And another week passed and he's like, well, I'm feeling a little better about it, but I'm just so bored. I'm so bored. I do my work, and outside of that, I really don't know what to do. I've been watching some movies and stuff. I'm just so bored. And that's where I told him, great. Why? Because from boredom comes inspiration. And for any of you who are lost in life, you don't know what your purpose is, allow yourself to get bored more often. Because if you're just jumping distraction, 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 oh, watch this, oh, get high, oh, drink, etc., you never pause to see, well, what do I feel inspired to do? You're just consuming and consuming, not producing. Out of boredom, now you're left with a choice. Okay, finish my work. I have X amount of hours till I fall asleep. What do I feel inspired to do to entertain myself authentically to pass this time? So he then spent the next week playing around with that, following inspiration. Then we chatted again. Still off the weed. He's like, you know, I'm doing a bit better, and I kind of feel inspired to work out, something I haven't done in years. And I was like, well, great. Let's start injecting that. He never would have otherwise with the pacifier. And then he started working out. Then we chatted again, and this is where we're at now, where he's like, I worked out, I have a friend, I'm going to the gym with him, he's showing me the way, he's holding me accountable, and you can slowly see, by the way, week after week, life coming back into his eyes. Like talking to a different person. Before that, it was like talking to the weed. And what it does, by the way, same with alcohol, is that you ultimately go below consciousness. You get in this derp state. You're like, I don't like the voice inside, gotta numb it, as opposed to going above consciousness. But you could see him like, whoa, this person's actually awesome beneath it all. And then he's like, you know what? I kind of want to take it further. And I'm like, well, start injecting some play, some excitement, see what comes up. And for that, I'll have to keep you posted because I haven't talked to him since. So that's where he's at. I'm in the middle of coaching him.
Are you still on the no weed, Patrick? You are up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how many days though. I
Congrats.
don't count anymore. So yeah, it's became easy now.
That's the approach. It's take away those pacifiers once you're aware of them. And one thing that I would suggest is take them away, but replace them with some kind of practice that gets you to stay with you. And this is important. I told him your new joint is a letting go meditation. Meaning the times where you want to escape yourself the most, that's where you should actually be with you the most. It's when those things bubble up. You're like, I don't want to feel this, got to escape. Stay with it. There's clients I've had too who are hooked on smoking. And there's one specifically, I told the person, throw out all your cigarettes, take small pieces of paper and write down, do a release, right? Release, letting go meditation. Roll them up and put them in the cigarette pack. So whenever they'd reach for a cigarette, it's the reminder, do a release instead. Because then you start letting go of the charge behind it. The arm. If you don't address the arm and you just take away like, okay, no more hand chopping, well, the chopping is going to happen elsewhere. Okay, you take away the smoking without addressing the arm, the cause, you're going to find some other pacifier. It just won't be the smoking pacifier. Okay, let's replace it with binge eating. Let's replace it with that. Find the arm, get to the cause. But it also requires really confronting the negative within you, and it's tough, it's not easy. And like I said, there's obvious levels of this, like the example I just talked about, but there's also very subtle levels. What is your pacifier? Very subtle. And I cannot tell you. No one really can. Sometimes you can see at the surface, yes, if it's obvious, but for the most part, only you know. And a big one is, what am I doing that is pulling me away from me? And that's the ultimate audit. Are you moving away from yourself or towards yourself? And it applies everywhere, even in terms of how you present yourself. Okay, I'm going to meet this person. Whew, it's a big deal. If this person likes me, I'll get a promotion at my job. And what do? Hey, I'm so confident. Nice to meet you. But you just betrayed yourself. You moved away from yourself. Portraying yourself to be someone that you're not. Versus staying with you. Oh, I feel pretty negative. Let me focus on positivity. Be positive, be positive. Moving away from you. Move towards yourself. And it doesn't mean now staying stuck in that. Okay, well, I'm just going to be negative all the time. But until you let it come up and stay with it, you won't be able to let go of it and process it. So this is that in-depth audit. And one last thing I would tell you is do an in-depth audit on your past. Specifically, the people, situations, or experiences where there's the most emotional charge associated to them. Meaning not all of your memories are equal in terms of the intensity, right? If you think about what you ate for lunch, for breakfast, you're probably not going to be triggered. It's like, I just ate that. Same in life. Oh, there was that memory. But then there's some where you're like, oh, you just feel it. Oh, it takes over. There's charge. Make a list of all those and start letting go of that charge. Otherwise, that'll run you.
Now, what you just watched here is just a small piece of a larger system and process. So what you want to do now is click this video here to see exactly what I'm talking about and how it all fits together.